Welcome to the 5-minute guide on Daiyan, where I'm going to give you a crash course on her skills and abilities, followed by some gameplay examples in order to create a solid foundation for using the character. So without wasting any time, let's crack one open and get into it. So Daiyan is a versatile character whose greatest strength by far is her extreme mobility. She'll easily be able to go 15 or more tiles in a turn, allowing her to flank enemies, interact with objects, control points, and grab objectives. We'll take a look how to use her mobility to our advantage later on in the gameplay section, but for now, let's kind of just quickly go over her skills. All her skills revolve around her tuning buff, which she gives herself. Each stack of tuning increases her crit and crit damage by 3% and allows her to make a move after she attacks. Her passive generates this every turn, one stack, as well as giving you a confectance point and a bonus confectance point on attack if you attack an enemy who is not protected by cover. Assuming you have 3 or more total stacks of tuning, her passive will allow you to preemptively attack enemies who target her. Her first skill, Absolute Tuning, is a moderately powerful attack that allows you to strip buffs, ideally defensive buffs, from the target that you're attacking. Her second skill, Ching Shang Harmony, allows you to trade her confectance points for tuning stacks and a stability shredding buff for her next attack. It also allows her to immediately make an attack action after she's used the ability. Finally, her alt allows her to trade all her tuning stacks in for big damage, a reduction on the alt's cooldown, and a permanent stack of the tuning buff. This means that over the course of the battle, she will accumulate more and more stacks of tuning, allowing her to ramp up into some pretty good single target damage. Next, let's talk about her fixed keys. The 3 most universally useful fixed keys are Echoing Melody, Serene Serenade, and Unfulfilled Dreams. This is because she will always have at least 1 stack of tuning in order to increase her mobility. She will almost always have more mobility than her target, allowing her to create more stacks whenever she attacks. And the 3 extra points of confectance at the beginning of battle allow her to jumpstart her tuning generation using her skill Ching Shang Harmony. Worth noting that while her other fixed keys might not be useful all the time, they can be powerful in the correct niche situations, such as keeping her alive or stripping multiple buffs off the target. Her common keys, once again, usually comes down to whichever ones you have the best of, but standouts include Tololols, Veplis, and even Sharkeries. Next, let's talk about weapon options and attachments. As usual, her custom weapon is the best option, but if you don't have that, any 5-star assault rifle will work as you're mostly just looking for the stats. Planeta is a standout as she can make use of its ability rather quickly due to all the extra actions she uses throughout the fight. If you don't have any of the 5-star options, another good option is either the QBZ 191 or the Type 95 assault rifle. As far as attachments go, she wants the same stats as every DPS character ever: attack percentage, attack, crit rate, and crit damage. For the set, the best set for her to use is Ballistic Boost, since all of her damage is physical. However, there's a very good chance that you have lots of Phase Strike left over from farming for other characters, so you can use that as well. Just keep in mind that she cannot actually apply the debuff herself, so she will need a teammate to help her out with that. In combat, you want to focus on using her extreme mobility to interact with objects, capture objectives, and flank enemies. In this example here, we're going to bring her on the right side of the map, have her deal with these guys, and let the rest of the team work on this over here. Turn 1, thanks to her extreme mobility, she's going to make it all the way to this switch, interact with it, be able to walk up next to this enemy here, get a flanking shot on him from the side, and thanks to her incredibly high crit chance now from all her stacks of tuning, she'll likely kill him. Then finally, using the extra movement at the end of her turn, we can retreat to a safe position where these 2 enemies can't flank us. Since we ended the turn with extra stacks of tuning, when this enemy walks up to attack us, we will preemptively counterattack him and get a few extra stacks of tuning. Luckily, thanks to the fact that we were in cover, he wasn't able to do any damage. Now that we've built up lots of stacks of tuning, we can once again run past him, flank around him, use the ult to just absolutely obliterate him. And grab this objective back here. Finally, on the third turn, thanks to having so many stacks previously, her ult is already off cooldown, and we can bring her over here right next to an enemy for a flanking shot, where we can use her harmony skill once again to get a few more stacks of tuning, finish off any stragglers, and then also come on over here to capture this objective, thus completing the map. Well, thank you for watching my 5-minute guide. I know we went a little bit over 5 minutes, but if you cut out all that talking I did at the beginning, we're pretty close, so I'm going to count that as a win. In addition, if you want a longer version of this guide, check the YouTube channel. I plan on posting one in the future where we go way more in depth on the character. And on Fridays, if you want to join me for my stream, Friday Night Frontline, feel free to swing by and we'll have a good time. So if not, I will catch you guys in the next one.